Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, welcome. On this channel we post writing tips, unboxings, book hauls, book reviews and the occasional vlog. If you saw my last video, the link is above me now, about tropes versus cliches, most importantly what the difference is between them. Basically it is a trope is a cliche that you like and a cliche is a trope that you hate. Tropes are things that we all know are going to happen in a film or a book, things like Rain at a Funeral, The Chosen One, The Mentor. You either like them or you hate them. And as a writer, you have to choose how you will use them. You cannot avoid them, as discussed in my last video. So today, I thought it would be fun if we go through 10 tropes that I personally love. These might be different to you. Comment down below the ones that you also like and also the ones you disagree with me on. These are completely personal opinions. You can like what you like, I like what I like. Who knows why? But before we get into that, don't forget to subscribe to this channel. If you'd like to see as soon as I upload, click that little bell down below. And if you do like this video, please give it a thumbs up. Your support and clicks really help this channel grow, so thank you guys so much if you have already. Now let's get straight into it with trope number 1, friends to lovers. Friends to lovers basically means two friends who fall in love, but I have rules to liken this trope. I don't like best friends to lovers, because if you're someone's best friend, you'd think you'd realize those feelings a while ago. They wouldn't just appear miraculously for this book or this film. Likewise, I don't particularly like the enemies to lovers, because generally the stereotype of that is complete and utter arsehole dickhead and like the perfect girl, and for some reason she likes him being a dickhead. It confuses me. Friends to lovers, I mean people who've just met, who become friends, and those feelings naturally and slowly grow into something else. We're talking about people forced on a quest at the beginning where they get on and by the end they're in love. These are things such as the Toy Makers, Night Circus. Night Circus does err on enemies to lovers, as they're supposed to be against each other, but they both never actually hate each other. They're just thrust into this magical competition. And I know every time it's friends to lovers, we already know that they are going to get together. It is so obvious. However, I still love it. In terms of films, this is also things like The Shopaholic. And although this is technically best friends to lovers, Single All the Way, which was a new Christmas film for 2021, I really enjoyed that. But they were best friends first, so, you know, it's a little bit on the boundary line. Number 2, magic schools. This is more of a world building device, but generally, if a book is about a magic school, I'm probably gonna like it. I love the anime style in schools. I just love going back to school. I just loved learning. Who knows? Magic School has the fantasy element I like. It has either university students or teens going to school, going through all the teenage dramas at the same time as doing something magical. I know it is ridiculously overdone, but I'm gonna probably like it. Number 3. Forbidden love. I don't just mean forbidden love as in a romance. I mean forbidden friendships, forbidden allies, forbidden everything. I know it's so overdone, but there's something so beautiful when two people aren't allowed to be together for whatever reason, and then they become friends or they become lovers and they just defy the society that they're in because they know that what they're doing is right. And I just love that so much. It's so heartwarming. Number 4, the asshole turned good. I don't mean complete dickhead to saint. So this is things like generally books about assassins. Again, like magic schools, I am a sucker for an assassin. If there's a book about assassins, I'm in it. My favorite guild in Terry Pratchett is obviously the Assassin's Guild. I don't know why. I love it. Generally, in a lot of assassins books, such as Brent Weeks, you have an assassin, but they're not as bad people as you think they are. Also, things like thieves do this, like The Lies of Locke Lamora. Similar thing. They are supposed to be these complete assholes, and yet they are trying to do something good and ultimately help the story and win the war or whatever's going on in that plot. So, asshole turned good. I'm just a sucker for it. Number 5, character baggage. Let me explain. I love character-driven books. If you have a fantastical world and a really good plot, if you do not have well-rounded and interesting characters who have a well-developed character arc, I'm not gonna like it. I get bored. I can't help it. So by character baggage, I mean when characters actually have a backstory. Doesn't mean you get to know it all as the reader, but to know it's there helps me a lot. I absolutely love the tropey moment when you meet a new character and they've become friends with the protagonist and they're on this quest, and then, oh, someone's chasing that one. The protagonist is like, who are they? What's going on? You don't want to know. They have a past, and I love that because it rounds the character. It means the author has really thought about their world and their characterizations to give the characters an actual life before the story began. Now, this one, I think I'm going to get a lot of grief over. Number 6, the mentor. Yes, I said it. I actually love the mentor trait. Yes, I know they're going to die. I know they're going to be like this adult parenting figure in the book. And yes, it is well and truly overdone. But I still love it. I think, getting a little bit personal, I'm from a broken family. I haven't had a male presence in my childhood. So I think the mentor, whether it be male or female, kind of fills that gap I have. So it gives me all the fuzzies. And I know a lot of people hate it. And some people hate it for the reasons I love it. They also haven't had this mentor kind of parent in their lives. You know, they've reacted to it as they hate it, and it just makes them feel empty. For me, seeing someone else have it, it makes me fuzzy, and I know they're gonna die, and I know it's so overdone, but I like it. This is partly why I think I really enjoyed the Brent Weeks books. It's because of the relationship between the protagonist and the mentor, and I just find it really sweet. Number 7, the fake relationship. Again, we all know they're gonna get together in the end, but I still love it when they pretend to be in a relationship. This also goes down for people who are just friends trying to help friends out whilst they're trying to sort their shit. I just like it. It's so heartwarming, and just to be so close to someone that you would do that is pretty. Number 8, grey villains and grey characters in general. Traditionally, especially in fantasy, there was this belief that you had all white and all dark characters, i.e. all perfectly good and perfectly evil. No in between. It's black or white. It is what it is. Not my thing. I love and have always loved the grey characters, and I'm so happy that in modern writing it's becoming a much bigger deal to make most, if not all, of your characters grey. Everyone has a good side and a bad side. We are all not perfect. There will be something you have done to piss someone off in your time. You may not have meant it, but you've done it. And the characters in your stories should be the same. We're not all good people. An example of this would be Patrick Rothfuss with Koth. In my opinion, he's pretty much a complete dick, but we all still want to read about him. And in every book, so even in that book where the protagonist is Koth, he is not my favourite character. My favourite character is Bast, the demon who he's telling the story to, because he's a demon. However, he's in the human world. Very grey zone for him. I just love it. I love grey characters. Elves are grey in Lord of the Rings. That's what makes them so intriguing. They aren't purely good. They're a little bit confusing. Love it. Number 9, the friend betrayal. Oh, it's so juicy. I love when the best friend or really good friend betrays the protagonist. Again, it's been done. All tropes have been done many times before. It's how you do them that makes them a trope or a cliche. But when the friend betrays the protagonist, ooh, love it. And finally, number 10, the straight and the crazy. I absolutely love the dynamic between the straight and narrow character, the one who follows all the rules. They're an upstanding citizen. They're completely normal. Being friends or getting pushed together with the crazy one. You all know who I mean. They get into trouble. They don't explain themselves. They're a little bit wacky. Love the character. I mean, if you think about it, this is things like in The Witcher, having the bard and the Witcher together. You've got the Witcher who's all serious, gets on with it, knows what's going on. And you've got the crazy bard who's just stumbling around, making trouble and having a laugh. Together, perfection. A little bonus as well. I didn't want to do this as a trope because in my opinion, there's not enough books out there for this to be a trope yet. But a number 11 thing that I love now in books is badass female protagonists. I want the woman, the leader of the army. I want them to be the king. I want them to be head assassin. There aren't many books out there still with powerful women, and it's not a trope because it hasn't been done enough. But I love a good, powerful woman in my books. We gotta have some power. And that is it for my 10 tropes that I love. Let me know in the comments down below if you agree or disagree with me on these tropes. As I say, tropes are completely personal opinions, and these are just ones that I don't tend to tire of. I will like them, obviously as long as they're written well. I'll enjoy them every time. But you may well hate them. I'm waiting for the mentor comments. I know these are my own opinions. Let me know yours. And thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you like what you see, don't forget to subscribe to my channel. If you'd like to see as soon as I upload, click that little bell down below. You can also follow me on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, or Tumblr. I post general bookish pictures, as well as my writing tips and unboxings on there. And thanks for watching, guys. Bye.